So ilm is the number one thing that if any one of you wants to know that how do I preserve that nur, then preserve that nur by hooking yourself up with an institute that offers ilm, hooking yourself up with a place where you can become a student of knowledge. And there are a number of ways with which you can become a student of knowledge. It is not that you only join an 8-year or a 6-year or a 4-year alim or an alma course, but you can also join a tafsir course. You can also join an essentials fundamental course, depending upon what you are comfortable with, depending upon what your appetite is, depending upon what your circumstances are. You can also join a course which is one-on-one. You have one teacher, you don't have time to be part, you don't have the freedom to be disciplined enough to join a scheduled class. Hire yourself a teacher with whom you start studying. If nothing else, start doing some own self-study. But self-study is shaitan then starts playing with you, and that fails always. And if you're not being taught by somebody, you're taught by shaitan. So I would not really recommend that. But there are, you see, the times that we live in, alhamdulillah, and this is something again that we need to be very conscious about, that we would be questioned about it, that now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made learning so easy, what held you back? Now you don't have to go to an institute, you do not have to drive down, you don't have to go be in a hostel. You can do all of this from the comfort of your homes. You can learn online. What is holding you back? Why is the rest of the things a higher priority than studies? There are people in here who I'm looking at right now who have studied up to 5th year and then they have let go of their studies. They should get themselves hooked back up again, and they should start studying again. There's a great ni'mah that Allah gave them that allowed them to be a student till 5th year. Why leave their studies now? Don't. Everything else will happen alongside. But you make the niyat that inshallah I will revive my studies, I will get connected again, I will start studying again, and I will start inshallah putting myself the effort again. And those of you who have still not joined any course, again, all the jobs, everything would keep on happening in parallel. Join a course, join something, because as I mentioned that the benefits that one gets from being a student are incomparable to anything else. I'll share with you few ahadith which will emphasize, which will lay down to you the importance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had put on being a student. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi ilma, that the one who follows a path in quest of knowledge, sahallallahu lahu tariqan ilal jannah, Allah will make the path of Jannah easy for him. A person who sets himself out to study ilm, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the path for Jannah easy for him. This hadith is such a beautiful hadith. It carries on, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes on to say that the angels lower their wings over the seeker of knowledge, being pleased with what he does. So when he comes out of his home to study, or when he opens up his laptop to join the course online, the angels lower their wings, meaning that they honor him, they respect him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevates the status of that student to a point where the angels start respecting him as well. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders the inhabitants of the heavens and the earth to make dua for this person. And the hadith goes on to say that even the fish in the depth of the oceans seek forgiveness for him. They make dua for him, they seek forgiveness for that student of ilm. And the reason that the fish are seeking forgiveness for that person is because when the student of the ilm is studying, Allah's rahmat is falling on that student. That person is drawing the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala falls, it just does not fall on one single place, it falls on everything. So all the other creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also benefit from it. Then the hadith goes on to say that the superiority of the learned man over the devoid worshipper is like that of a full moon over the rest of the stars. What is a full moon like over the rest of the stars? When it's a full moon, do you even see stars on the sky? Anybody who observes night skies would know that on a moonlit night, the stars can hardly be seen. On a moonlit night, it is so bright, the sky is so shining that the rest of the stars, they dim away, you can't see them. And a person of ilm is like that. A person of ilm has such noor that a person who, compared to a person who spends his time on the musalla, doing long tahajjuds, doing long askar, compared to him, a person of ilm has such noor on him that that noor outshines him, the rest of the people who spend even as much a long time on doing just askar by themselves. The last part of the hadith, it says that the learned are the heirs of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are the heirs of the prophets who leave neither a dinar nor a dirham, but only that of knowledge. And he who acquires it, he has in fact acquired an abundant portion. This hadith comes in Abu Dawud Sharif and in Tirmidhi Sharif. So this is an authentic hadith in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is laying out the importance of the people of ilm, the importance of acquiring the ilm, the blessings that a talib ilm has.